Let's be real here. Who wouldn't choose a cell phone? Smartphone addiction is an issue that needs to be addressed before it gets out of hand because it is beginning to take over our lives. With every passing day, technology is overtaking our daily lives in many ways. Dave Cullen illustrates this in his video Smartphone Addiction.
There's a little game I want you to play. It's called Spot the Smartphone User. The next time you go anywhere, and I mean anywhere, down the street to your nearest city or town, whether you're stuck in traffic, in a restaurant, pub, cinema, in the park, or in the gym, I want you to count how many people are either on their smartphone, holding their smartphone, or talking on their smartphone. I mean, people really can't be separated from them. It's like an extra limb. Once you are primed to see people with blank expressions on their faces, heads down, their grip tightly fastened to these rectangular devices, you will never be able to go back to not noticing this. And I guarantee you'll find it just a little bit disturbing. Now, it's clear that smartphones are an amazing piece of technology of science fiction proportions. From software to hardware, they're all-round genius. And the devices themselves are not the problem. It's what they do to their users. It's the addictive features and the applications that are the problems. The detrimental impact they have on concentration levels, social skills, and the anxiety experienced from dependency on them.
The smartphone has become not just an object, but for many, a best friend. In her article, The Flight from Conversation, Sherry Turkle says, quote, "When people are alone, even for a few moments, they fidget and reach for a device. Here, connection works like a symptom, not a cure, and our constant reflexive impulse to connect shapes a new way of being. So in order for us to be able to feel like ourselves, we connect with our smartphones now." Users may also suffer from anxiety if they lose their phone, even if only for a few minutes. There's a term for this as well. It's called nomophobia.
It is an all too familiar feeling. You realise something is missing. Forgetfulness, absent-mindedness, call it what you will, but there is an official name, nomophobia, and it's on the rise. Search for it online. You may need a smartphone to do so, and therein lies the problem. More than half of the UK has apparently experienced nomophobia. It's that feeling, that anxiety you get when you realise that you haven't got your mobile phone with you. It is that disconnection from a constant connection, not just telephone calls, but texts, emails, the internet, apps, games, a camera and music. And for some, it just doesn't bear thinking about.
But what can actually cause this type of addiction? Addiction is defined as the fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance, thing, or activity. People may become addicted to their smartphones because they're trendy and cool, they're pretty much the new computers or televisions, there's a whole bunch of different apps to choose from such as YouTube, games, and social networking, and most importantly, texting. Nicholas Carr talks about how our brains may work in receiving texts and internet notifications in this clip.
A couple of types of adaptations take place in your brain. One is a strengthening of the synaptical connections between the neurons involved in using that instrument, using that tool. And basically these are neurochemical changes. So, cells in our brain communicate by transmitting electrical signals between them, and those electrical signals are actually activated by the exchange of chemicals, neurotransmitters in our synapses. And so when you begin to use a tool, for instance, you have much stronger electrochemical signals being processed through those synaptical connections.
All in all, smartphone addiction has gotten a bit out of hand. According to Karen Graham, over 84 out of 100 people with a smartphone in their pocket or purse cannot go a single day or even 10 minutes without staring at the screen. Also, the stress of losing or misplacing a smartphone is similar to post-traumatic stress disorder. People have become so absorbed in their smartphones, which makes them lack in communication skills and giving attention to people around them. So what exactly can we do to stop this? Well, I made a nice little list of things to do. You can dine without a phone, go for a nice walk, do not text while driving, communicate face-to-face, breathe, or just turn off your cell phone for a little bit. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this.